Vakardanda Mahakaya, Surya Kodi, Shamaprabha, Nirvignam, Gurme Deva, Sarva Karyeshu Sarvada, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo, Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat, Param Brahma, Dasme Shri Gurave Namaha, Sarva Mangala Mangalye, Shive Sarvata Sadake, Sharanye, Tirambake, Devi, Narayani, Gauri, Durga, Lakshmi, Namostude, Vakadan Rupamana, Sardayi Niye, Walking in Anvisekum, Vaniyum Niye, Taye, Vakne Prayor, Vallavar Vakne, Vakadan Puruniye, Vallavi Potri Potri, Tumeva Matacha Pita, Tumeva Bandusha, Saha, Tumeva Vidya, Tarvanam Tumeva Savam, Mamadeva Deva. Namaskaram. My sincere thanks to Vedic Institute of my sincere thanks to the Institute which has given me the opportunity for sharing my knowledge about Vedic meteorology. I am Ramachandran. I have been a builder all along, and my passion is Vedic science and especially Vedic meteorology. How I got into this, I will share my experience. As a student, a school student, I used to visit my uncle who was a medical superintendent at Kalpakam Atomic Power Project. And I used to spend, it was very close to the seashore. And I used to spend evenings with my grandma and myself. When sitting on a full moon day, we were enjoying the full moon. And all of a sudden, we had a guest, so we had to go inside. My grandma, I was asking my grandma, the next day we can come again, we can look for the moon. My grandma told me that next day we have to come 2 navigates later, then only we can see the moon. When I asked her, she explained me the fundamentals of moon functioning around Earth. So that was the seed sown on me about astronomy. Later on, I went about doing my school course. I was a bright student in my school and entered my pre-university. That also is scored well. But I could not get engineering seat owing to my family commitments. So I was struggling to adjust with that, and people used to cajole me by saying that I am going through that bad period, so I have to study whatever that is coming to me, and so that my future is very good. Then I started learning astrology. What is the reason these people are cajoling me? And fundamentals I started myself, and it was going on. And after a struggle, I completed my college course, entered into business, all those things. During the course of time, 1995 and all, my interest in astrology has improved a lot, and I was trying to relate it with the science and all. And luckily, early 90s, my Chitapa, who was a good Jyotishi, gave me some inputs about astrology and fundamentals of weather and all. So I tried to capitalize on that, and I improved on that. And I started decoding cyclones and those things. In fact, early 90s and throughout 95, 96, we had a lot of cyclones in the Bay of Bengal. And when I started decoding the thing, I used to have all the panchangams around me. I was trying to do those things, and I was able to identify certain patterns, and I was feeling confident that this can be forecasted. And here I wanted to tell one thing. Panchangams, people used to condemn our people with the conventional mindset as a Pazhaya Panchangam அப்படின்வாங்க. And the Pazhaya Panchangam, it's a data book. We cannot discard it, because Panchangams carries the ephemeris, and the ephemeris are going to be a record book. Whenever you want to refer, that is going to help you. And like that, in Vedic sense, all the scriptures and all the details that are mentioned are like a manufacturer's manual provided to us by Bhagavan himself. So every subject is being detailedly dealt in that Vedic science, and it is our duty to decode and try to relate it with modern science so that we can convince the youngsters who have of late have become more radical thinking, more wanted to have proof and all those things. So without relating with the scientific data, we cannot convince the youngsters to take this research seriously. In my experience, when I was decoding things, every stage I was adding on to the equations, adding on to the details into my research. And at a stage, I wanted to have certain particulars about serious weather extremes. And luckily, I had an opportunity to discuss on a radio interactive program with one Mr. S.K. Subramaniam. At that time, he was the Director General of Chennai Cyclone Center. And I requested him to provide me some cyclone data so that it will help me in going up serious research in my subject. He provided me with 100 years of cyclone data from 1893 to 1996. And using that, I started collecting the old Panchangams and a lot of other scientific data and started working on that. I have found almost 90 to 95% of the cyclones, 90 to 95% drought and flood, everything followed as per the equations I identified in the Panchangam. The only lacuna I faced is I have to improve on the location identification as well as the period of these events taking place. So I was Kathukutin Tamil சொல்லுவாங்க, English novice ன்னுவாங்க. I am only a toddler, a preschool student in this field. So my knowledge is limited. I don't know Sanskrit. I am not even good at English. My business commitments has taken me totally different field. So I have to devote a lot of time or whatever the time that is available to me to pursue this research. It's a passion to me. And in 2003, I had an opportunity to develop a graph. That is, I used to call that graph as a geocentric graph because the geocentric meaning, nowadays we always use the GPS system. GPS system scientifically used worldwide to identify a location as well as guide us to use the map properly without the help of somebody. And the GPS is enlarged in such a way, even stars and celestial bodies are identified using the GPS system because our latitude, longitude is blown into a global sphere, that is a celestial sphere. In that, we also relate the position with respect to latitude and longitude. But in Vedic science, the GPS is what is happening to Earth because of the disturbance in the solar system, and what is happening to the solar system because of the alignment with the zodiac, and in turn alignment to the pole star and Saptarishi Mandalam, all those things. This is a huge science and it has boundless boundaries. So it is very difficult for an individual like me to do a perfect 100% accuracy. But the success rate that has been provided to me has encouraged me to pursue it in the last 20 years. And there were notable successes which has encouraged me to continue my research. As I told you about the geocentric graph, I will show you the graph which I have prepared for the coming year, that is 2026-27. This graph I prepare for a whole year, and I have given a color code for each planet: Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, and Saturn, Jupiter, even Rahu, lunar node. Many people they discount about the lunar nodes. They say, there are people, radical thinking people, they even give up saying that there is no Rahu Ketu. But Rahu Ketu has significant role, especially in weather patterns and performance and the extreme weather, cyclones, and a lot of disaster and other things. The Rahu Ketu, if you have to explain to, scientifically to people, Rahu Ketu is the cutting point of moon. When Earth goes around the sun, the Earth path is cut by the moon at, in the forward as well as the backward. The ascending node and descending node is called Rahu and Ketu. And eclipse occurs only when Rahu, Ketu, Sun, Moon, Earth comes in an alignment. And if you notice properly, after 2011, we had a major solar eclipse only in 2019. Almost for 8.5 years, we never had a eclipse, solar eclipse in the southern hemisphere, especially in the southern peninsula, not southern hemisphere, southern peninsula. These type of variations we can understand only if we are able to know the fundamentals of astronomy. The fundamental astronomy is very important when we relate our Vedic equations with respect to weather and all. Why I am saying is, we normally talk about astronomy or astrology with a zodiac sign, Jupiter in Aries, or Saturn in Libra, like that we used to tell. But Saturn in Libra in 2014 could be different from what it was 30 years back, because Saturn orbit is at a slightly tilt, and the Earth axis tilt of 23 degrees, and the Earth alignment to the Sun, the true alignment of Earth and Sun is so important. The Moon's alignment orbit tilt of 5.0609 degrees, and Jupiter's orbit tilt of 3 degrees. All those technical details are very, very important when we wanted to do a perfect forecast of weather and extreme weather earthquake study. I have done my little bit in those things, and in all my studies, it was every year I was keep on learning, reducing my defects and adding on 1 or 2 good points, so that my forecast for the next year will be good. In my early days, I had an opportunity by forecasting a cyclone in 1998 affecting Kandala port of Gujarat. I had an opportunity voice that in a Tamil paper, Dinamala, and when it happened, it has opened up an eyes that I am in the right direction of my research. Then later on, I was used to share my details with some of the media people and the thing. In 2002, I had an opportunity with Anand Evident, which was a popular magazine at that time. And they, after seeing my forecast for the first 6 months, they called me that they are likely to do an article about me in September or August. So they asked me to share my forecast with them. And in that, I shared about the best rainfall. The 2002 was a near drought year. So I gave a forecast that 2002 September to September 3rd week, we are going to have the best rainfall, and a lot of other things I given. That article came in the beginning. I was thrilled, but at the same time, the fear was running over, because that was the first time my name and my research was getting into a lot of people's homes. So the whole day it was very hard, but luckily God has blessed me with a heavy rain throughout North Tamil Nadu, Kanchipuram, Tiruvallur, and all those catchment areas. And in catchment areas, it was pouring like 17 centimeters in the night, and in the 1 week time, it was 3 months supply in all those reservoirs, and Hindu has reported that. And every engagement has given me a lot, and I started getting help in publishing my forecast. 2008, I did a forecast about early monsoon and pre-monsoon, excellent pre-monsoon rains, and it has happened. And in 2008, my forecast of earthquake in China happened. That was a great experience. At the same time, it was a great encouragement. So I was trying to limit my mistakes. I was trying to improve on that, but every day it was improving on my performance. And 2009 was an important year, because I completed my 2009 forecast in 2008 November itself. I shared with the thing, and it was published by 2009 January itself. And at that time, NDTV Hindu was running a channel in Chennai. So I had an opportunity to voice my concern about 2009 monsoon. That I told people in that channel that 2009 we are going to have a worst monsoon, and 2009 monsoon is going to be once in 70-80 years deficit. And I was so confident. I even advised in the channel that farmers who are going to depend on rainwater can be given on holiday and can be engaged in some other infrastructure project, so that they may not be losing their hard-earned money and the seeds that they are keeping as a treasure. But IMD and a lot of meteorological centers never gave that warning. But at the end of the year, it was one of the worst drought, and IMD accepted it is once in 70-year drought that we have faced. But in that particular year forecast, I have warned about floods in northeast Karnataka and northwest Andhra, 3rd week of September. And if you remember, most of the people may be remembering, Mandralayam was badly damaged by the floods during that time. That was also a notable note. Among the drought year, I was able to identify a particular period where the weather is going to be extremely heavy, causing heavy rainfall, causing floods and all. So that has given leaps and bounds in my forecasting acceptance, and a lot of people are following me. In fact, that, during that year only, I got the name Puyal Ramachandran. Then I was continuing my publishing and all, and 2012, 13 and all, I never had an opportunity to get it published because I was busy with my projects and I was not concentrating, though I prepared my forecast. 2014, I warned about the Hudud cyclone. The only problem I faced is I warned about the location as Machuli Pattanam. Instead, the Hudud cyclone crossed Visakhapatnam. So it was hardly 150 to 200 kilometers, but still the date, everything matched my forecast. So again, I proved that this can be done. All my forecasts published almost a year ahead. So forecasting year ahead, including location and all, proved that the Vedic science is a wonderful science to be banking on. And in 2015, my forecast was published in 2014 August itself. I warned about floods in Chennai, especially North Tamil Nadu, and even voiced it in a channel by late September that year. And Chennai was marooned. It was once in a 100-year flood. And again, I was called by a channel, and I told them that honoring is not important. I want government and as well as people to make use of this science so that it can help themselves prevent, at the same time take advantage of these extreme weathers. And another leaping forecast was 2018 Gaja cyclone, including location Nagapatnam between 10th and 16th November. It is going to cross. Everything I given 1 year, 7 months ahead. So all those things is proving that Vedic science is wonderful. Only thing it has to be pursued by a proper qualified. I am not qualified scientifically. I am not qualified. I don't know Sanskrit. I don't know a lot of things. But still, my raw understanding is able to produce these type of excellent results. So I will give you the basics from which I started it all. In our Panchangam itself, there used to be a phrase called Bhanu Madhyama. This Bhanu Madhyama means sun. Bhanu Madhyama means sun in the middle. Sun in the middle is with respect to Mercury and Venus. So when sun in the middle, when Mercury and Venus occupy the opposite sides, chances of rainfall is limited. That was the phrase available to me. Then when Mercury and Venus on the same side of sun is going to cause good rainfall and all. These are the two phases available. The one more phase is that is related to Venus and Saturn. But my study, and that's I have found out that when Madhyamam occurs also, we had rainfall. When these Venus and Mercury on the same side also, we had drought. So I have to decode what are the things. There are interplanetary cycle which control planets in their perform that is nullifying their performance. So these things I have to overcome by analyzing past year records and drought years as well as flood years. And I was able to be confident and able to forecast well in advance what are going to be the things. In fact, the global scenario, people are talking about global warming right from 2016. Before that also people are talking, but 2016 to 2020, there is a scenario which I don't want to give the detail, but there is a scenario with respect to Jupiter and Sun, which is the root cause of the extreme heat and extreme volatile weather that we have been going through. But these things, the scientific community has a scant regard for these planetary influence or global weather. So they don't include this research. They don't even give a value to this work. But that is their problem. What we have to do is these institutes and our Vedic Vedavyasa Vedic Institute should definitely have a research team which can incorporate this method and also scientifically relate, so that we will be able to do a forecast for next any number of years, which can help government as well as the farming community as well as even general public against extreme weather events. Like that, earthquakes also can be forecasted well in advance. I am talking about killer earthquakes. Why I am talking about killer earthquakes means every day the earth faces minimum 1000 to 1500 earthquakes, tremors, moderate earthquakes, all those things. Even recently there was an earthquake of 6.57 near Indonesia and all. The damages were minimal and there was no casualty. I'm not expecting casualty. What I'm saying is we have to identify why there is a earthquake which is just 5.2 having huge casualty like what has happened in 2005 Iran. But when there were earthquakes which are 7.5, which has not caused widespread devastation. So in that case, I have identified most of the earthquakes which happen has a hidden formula. In that formula, the moon plays an important role, and the eclipse angle also playing an important role. The moon phases that there are four important shortcuts we have to identify. We have to keep ourselves alert. That is full moon, new moon, Ashtami, Navami. The fourth day is important planets like Mars, Sun, Jupiter aligning with the lunar node. Those things from the Panchangam, you may be able to say it has aligned in Taurus or it has aligned in Cancer. That is immaterial. It has to be geometrically identified so that we will be able to give relative to latitude and longitude, so that we will be able to at least pinpoint this could be the location. But when it is properly analyzed, we will be able to solve it 100% accuracy, so that we can save people, we can save movable properties, so that buildings and all we can always reconstruct. But saving life and saving property which can be saved can be initiated. So my simple request is this Vedic science has lot of treasures and unexplored subjects which has to be explored properly, so that people can make use of these subjects to prevent a loss of life as well as loss of property. And it is going to help the government in such a way. Imagine that 2009 we faced a drought. If the government had advanced information, as I told you, the government could have helped farmers who are going to depend on rainwater in helping them in some other infrastructure work. So the farmers' suicide won't be there. The loan default would not have occurred, and limited waters can be supplied to important rain, so that food shortage would not have occurred. Similarly, a lot of things can help the government. The same way, cyclones and other things, extreme weathers. And we got the cyclone information from IMD and other meteorological center just after the formation of a low pressure or a depression. Whereas we can talk about the cyclone years ahead and including location, so that instead of trying to save people, we can very well plan, and for a short term we can move the population from that area. At the same time, we can go to the extreme of trying to harness energy from these monsters. So I am so positive about all these things. I am willing to cooperate with the like-minded, at the same time more knowledgeable people. I am only a novice. I am repeatedly reminding you. I am only a novice. I am not technically qualified. I am not technically qualified in any of it, including Sanskrit or those things. By my raw talent has helped me to do this study and able to show results, which definitely an unbiased mind will definitely grab it as an opportunity and take it to a different level. We can show to the world that Bharatiya Vedic science is the ultimate science which can help the humanity. And I am willing to interact with people who have some questions to be answered. So I can whatever that I can share from my end. I'm happy. I'll be happy to do it. Yeah, Mr. Janardhan said, asked a question. Can predictions cover across India? See, the predictions from 2018, I started giving predictions for Indian subcontinent as well as for the global weather. In fact, in my 2018 forecast, I warned about a drought in Australia, global forecast. I warned about drought in Australia, and even voiced my concern about impending drought in 2020 for Australia, 2 years ahead. And Australia even now is facing a severe drought this year. Only the winter rainfall and some rainfall during the February, which also, as per my forecast, has reduced their dependence on seawater conversion. They have some storage, improved storage, but still the drought condition is very bad in Australia. The same way, my global forecast in 2018 forecast, all my warnings about typhoons and hurricanes in the Pacific as well as Atlantic occurred. You can log on to my Facebook. I have validated each and every time the events occur. That is the Florence hurricane, which has devastated Carolina, and other hurricanes which has devastated the east coast of America. And there were huge typhoons in the Pacific, which has devastated Japan and Philippines and all. Everything as per the date it has occurred. I stopped giving locations because I am supposed to improve on my location study. Then only I'll be giving location. But this year, in my global forecast, for the month of July, August, I have given two important hurricane forecasts wherein I have calculated the location could be Lower California. I have clearly mentioned it. And if that is going to happen, the scientific community should come forward and see there is a method available to them so that weather can be forecast years ahead with precision by an individual. See, ignore me. This science is more important. Ramachandran is competence is limited, but the science is unbelievable proportion. It can help at the same time. It can help reduce zero loss of life. Can you also give me major forecast for 2020? It is available. My forecasts are published in two forums. One is tamilnadumandram.com. The other one is academia.edu. The academia.edu, all my forecasts are available, and some of my past forecasts are also available. Tamil Nadu Mandram also it is available. In 2020, I have warned about for Indian subcontinent. I have warned about pre-summer from the first week of March till May first week, which has happened. And I have warned about this Amphan cyclone. I have not forecasted, but I expected this type of event in the Pacific, so I left it in my forecast for this subcontinent. Which it's a lesson for me, so that where I missed, I am going to improve on that. But at the same time, from the last week of May till the first week of June, I have forecasted two cyclones simultaneously, one in the Bay of Bengal and another in Arabian Sea. And most probably now IMD and other models are forecasting there is going to be a cyclone in the Arabian Sea. They have not opened the topic about the Bay of Bengal. I am keeping my fingers crossed. Other than that, the March is going to be indifferent from the second week of July till October third week. That I have given clear warning that I expect southwest monsoon for the year 2020 likely to be below normal. Though IMD and other agencies have forecasted near normal monsoon, I honestly feel this year the monsoon is going to be below normal. Whatever the rain we are going to get till July 15 is going to be very important. After that, we will be getting rain because of some depressions in the Bay of Bengal, which may give 1 or 2 days isolated rainfall. That is going to help only the small regions. It is not going to be a widespread rainfall. But for the southern peninsula, that is South Andhra, South Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and we are going to invariably experience very heavy rainfall, which is going to cause historic flooding in the period between November to almost early 2021. I have clearly given a warning that we will be reminded about 2015 floods, especially in the central and south Tamil Nadu. And northern portion is also going to face extreme weather, so that the rainfall is going to be very heavy. When I talk about floods, I am more worried about the farmers, because when the irrigation canals are not going to be free, the water stagnation is going to kill the crops. At the same time, if this can be properly taken to the masses, they can very well improve the thing so that they can avoid water inundating their farmland so that they can save whatever the crop that could be saved. And in the international forecast, I have given about the extreme hurricane season as well as typhoon season starting from now on. But at the same time, I have given specific forecast when these things are going to happen and how it is going to be. A research project by Professor Thevi Prasad is being done in Shri. All boards are predictions done 75% accurate. Okay. See, my humble request is just forget about Ramachandran. I am talking about the Vedic science. Vedic science is so important. It has to be decoded. Vedic science reference books. See, all the fundamental astrological books are very important. And Brigad Samhita and Surya Siddhantam and Kala Priyasai, all those things we have to read in such a way. Without a bias, we have to collect data. Then only we will be able to go in detail about this Vedic meteorology as well as earthquake study. And we are supposed to then and there make a note about interplanetary cycle, which is clearly mentioned in each and every chapter. And in Brigad Samhita, there are observation science also discussed how wind has to be studied and wind data has to be decoded. All those things are there. But those are things related to observation data. But the Vedic science, without going into the outdoor, we can sit inside and calculate and arrive at what is going to be the event. And as I told you, all fundamental scriptures on this astrology and Brigad Samhita books are sufficient for you to get the input. And later on, a lot of other books of the Paladipika, all those things are available. Surya Siddhanta, all those things are available. But still, for me, I have done my base work only with these books. So, whatever the thing that is available with me only, I can share. But people who are access to a lot of other special books, they can also share the details so that I can improve on that. At the same time, we can jointly do a research so that the end product is going to be more useful. Sudarshan has asked about whether I am willing to teach somebody. Teaching somebody is definitely I can do, but before that I wanted to get a pattern for this forecasting methodology, which is difficult because the basic Vedic science details are available, and people the pattern center may object, not easily accede to my request. So we have to properly approach it in such a way that secrets are maintained, so that the India is going to retain the tag of this Vedic meteorology science. Until that time, I don't think I will be able to share much detail or teaching the fundamentals. But I have given you, see, first we have to understand the real scientific astronomy. Unless we know the difference between our solar system planets, the moon functioning, all those things, we may not be able to relate it to the equations or other things that are available in Vedic science. Just merely saying that Bhanu Madhyamam is not going to cause rain is not going to be good. We have to identify why rain happens during Bhanu Madhyamam. Why it doesn't happen even when Bhanu Madhyamam is not in place. Those type of things only after interpreting the existing patterns at the same time where it is going to occur. See, Bhanu Madhyamam, if it is going to happen in the month of November to January, imagine that. That will be called negative Indian Ocean dipole. In that type of a negative Indian Ocean dipole, it is going to help us, the Western Australia and the other regions of Australia get better rainfall. Whereas Bhanu Madhyamam during January to May, that period is going to be a positive thing which is going to ruin the chances of good rainfall for Australia. This has a direct relation to the positioning of Jupiter. So these things we will not be able to identify from the zodiac. We have to definitely do a graph. From the graph only we will be able to relate it. So unless we relate both scientific data and our equations, we will not be able to do a proper study or proper forecast. So we basic knowledge of our astrology or astronomic data and our Vedic equations are as important as the scientific data and relating to the presence of planetary influence on the. See, as I told you, my forecasts are available in academia.edu as well as tamilnadumandam.com. And even my past forecasts are available. And on my Facebook page, I have validated it. You can see it. And that is going to give you the interest. This subject has some substance to be pursued. GPS linkage to geographical area. See, GPS is only a global position system. What now using is only as a map. Forget about that. The terminology, what I mean is geocentric is what is happening to Earth. See, Earth is just like that thing cannot, energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. That fundamental science we have to understand. So whatever that is happening, if see, imagine that we are moving in a mobile bus, that is, we are moving in a bus. When the bus applies a sudden brake, we may be disturbed from our place, we may be slightly injured, depends upon the speed at which the bus went and put a sudden brake. Imagine that the bus is getting hit by some other fast moving vehicle or some crushing tree or something. The damage will be much better. That external influence only we have to identify. Then only our mind should be blank enough to accept that we are not mastered the science. Then only we will try to improve on the equations that are available on Vedic science related to the events, and then we will be able to improve on our forecast. I will give you a simple comparison. The world over, meteorologists are depending on last 120 years of meteorological data. Those data are only available, even and that data also, more reliable data were available only from 1960 or so. Before that, we never had a satellite data or something like that. So these data, they have, in one set of data, they are created a dynamic model which can give a forecast for 15 days. This computer simulated model is arrived using the pressure system in the different oceans, different land masses. At the same time, the temperatures recorded in the oceans and land, all those things are put into the computer based on the interactive algorithm that has been written earlier. It is giving up the end product. That product is shared to the public as well as to the agencies. But anybody who is following the dynamic model will be definitely feeling confused, because every day the dynamic model keeps on changing. Very rarely we can identify a dynamic model forecast. Say today we are on 25th of May. Just copy the dynamic model either from National Center for Medium Range Forecasts of IMD from Pune, or model forecast from NOAA. All those things are available, and copy it and keep it in your storage, and see it after 3 days or 4 days. You can find a lot of difference in their forecast models. So even the dynamic models, they are not having a constant or dependable forecasting methodology. Their short-term forecast is absolutely dependent on observation data only. So I am not condemning that. For them, they require a reference. Like that, there is a reference available for millions of years, our ephemeris data. And there were proper recorded extreme weather events. What has happened 2000 years in Siberia or in Europe or even India available. That year's ephemeris is going to give you the planetary position. That year's scientific data, especially latitude, longitude, positioning, and all those things can be generated. Then we can relate it. Already we have shortlisted the formulas. So we will be able to relate why these things have happened in 2000 years back in that particular location, and the location, why that location is locked. All those things we will be able to identify. Unless we do a proper study, 100% accuracy in this forecast model is not possible. That is why I am requesting. I have a single person with zero knowledge or I should be, I am calling myself a Kattukuti, novice. So that is the actual fact. I am not trying to be humble. The fact is that I am novice only. Unless it is handled by properly qualified, at the same time knowledgeable people with unbiased approach, this science cannot be perfect. But once perfected, in maximum 2 years time, we can give global forecast to 100% accuracy, so that the world will be facing a different lifestyle, different approach to nature, and at the same time, even evolving colonies of civilization going to have a different modeling of that colonies. Mr. Ravindran has asked about predict region-wise rainfall. It is possible. It is possible. That is why I have given you this year. I have given you flooding in South Tamil Nadu and Central Tamil Nadu, and other places. It is going to be having heavy rainfall. More precisely, district-wise, town-wise, we can do only in a proper research manner. I cannot. My competence is limited only this much. So I am again repeating and asking for help from knowledgeable people to take this science in a forward manner. Whatever work that I have done so far, I am willing to share, so that in a joint manner we can get a pattern and use it for our country first, then for the world. Getting help from PMO and other agencies is not all that easy, because the bureaucrats, they wanted to have proof for themselves. They don't have time now, right now. Proactive bureaucracy I have not come across, because the person who helped me with the data was a bureaucrat, but he has his limitations. When I discussed with them, IMD officials told me they have a tie-up with WMO, and they are obligated to the WMO to use their norms only in forecasting. I suggested them, okay, I accept your conditions. Why don't you suggest to the government saying that there is another way of forecasting methodology is available? We have to float a separate department or something, so that we can do a parallel research and come out with a product exclusively for India. Later on, we can use it for the world. They never made an attempt. So I tried and gave up. It is not that I'm not, even I have sent my mails about 2015 floods to PMO's office. I never got a response. So I don't believe in chasing these people, because my results are should convince them. If it is not convince them, it is not my day. The next team is going to do it. I request all the people who are having like mind, at the same time interest in this type of research, to join IIBS, that is International Institute of Vedic Science of Vedavyasa, to jointly we can have a team, and to start with, we can work for year-on-year basis, and I think with the right set of knowledgeable people, we will be able to achieve 100% accurate result at least by 2022. Once it is being done, that is, we may not require anybody's help. Supports will always come to us. I am 100% confident, for the simple reason, many of the inventions are from an individual's passion. Wright brothers, when they decided to have an aeroplane, they was using a cycle wheel as the wheels, and they struggled a lot even to fly for half a kilometer. It was a failure. But when they did even for half an hour, their first donation was somewhere $25,000 in those years. So many an invention started like that only. So it is the individual fire and individual passion. The fire is there. It is up to you to make it big and purposeful. Thank you very much for the opportunity that I got, and especially I thank Mr. Gadadhar, who have been chasing me almost for more than a year, and this quarantine time has given me opportunity to share my small work with you people. And once again, I share my namastes to everybody, and thank you for the opportunity.